Hello, welcome back. Last time I learned some things about Gentry that I feel like I could have lived a happy, fulfilling life without ever having to know. Didn't quite get this room done. I did get this one done, apparently, maybe the intended way? A way that nobody else seems to have found. At least in the demos I could see. Alright, so I'm hoping that kinda knowing what to do here will let me actually get this done. But how do I get into a position where I can even experiment with it? I just kind of restarted wherever my demo left me off. 500 odd moves in. I know my goal state. I know a way to get into a zigzag pattern that is the opposite of my goal state. Like, I can zigzag like this easily enough, because I learned a very weird property of Gentry chains when there's an obstacle in a specific place. But it seems as though I need to use that property to make a zigzag opposite of what seems like the only possible way. So, how can I do this? So bringing you on the outermost loop, you can be brought on. And leaving your head right there. What can I do if I go around the other side? Very slowly. Again, boy, tunnels. Oh, I guess the problem with tunnels, while they would be nice for traversing this room more quickly, you can't be standing on a tunnel and be also standing in shallow water, so it would break stealth. Yeah, I guess there's no particularly great way around that. Okay, so I can definitely do this if I want. So that makes the wrong kind of zigzag. Let me just observe exactly how that unravels if I go all the way around. I'm gonna undo in a moment and try something different. So you unravel for me. Unravel for me. Huh? Whoa. So the very end of the chain straightened onto that. That's one. Do these all do the same thing? They do. Two simultaneous toggles. 4, 5. Well, I mean, that wasn't usable. Alright, how many usable toggles did I get out of that? So if I'm standing, I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially. Oh. Well, if your head had not gone there and you were unspooling a different way, that would have actually worked. Dude, what? Okay. Well, that's how the chain straightening works there. Alright, so if I go backward a bit, could I do the other diagonal if I preferred? No, you just end up in that pattern anyway. And I cannot force the other one, because that would require there to be a wall here. The only wall it seems like I could put there, without also putting a wall all the way along here, would be the very end of your chain. And that sounds completely unreasonable to set up. Though just out of curiosity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, not even close. Nope. So I definitely could not wrap it around that way and have the tail of the chain act as that, at least in this layout. And I don't think there's any way to fold a chain just around itself like this, because as soon as the Gentry moved away from where its chain was, you know, it would pull, like, if I move the chain here and the head here, when the head goes down here, it'll eventually just pull this entire segment of chain along with it, because that's too narrow to keep in a stable formation. Alright, but the tail of the chain going straightening does weird things for some reason. So then, I do just want to do this, huh? Well, okay, so that's different. I think I'd prefer this. I'm not sure, though, but I think I would prefer that. I don't really want to start at the very beginning of this room, even though I just started at a random spot 500-ish moves in, because it was some work to get the Gentry from here into here with this door closed and not chained up or anything, so I would like to preserve that work. So, I believe what I require at this point is for your head to go here and me to be in here? Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. And that sounds doable? I think? I didn't want to reveal myself there. Must stay invisible. Okay. So this moves you there, this moves you here, and puts your head right there where I want it. In theory, this is what I desire. So, I really want to step on a checkpoint, and it won't make a difference for where the Gentry is. So, you gonna behave yourself, Chain Boy? No. Because, of course, this is toggled the wrong way initially. Great! Perfect! Well, I guess the real problem is the chain's not unwound enough. So I need it unwound by, like, how many more? 3-ish? How will I do that? Okay, well, I'll try this and see if it helps. I suspect it won't. I am correct. I could move you north one. You are kind of trapped in there at this point. You will stop moving when you get there. That could be a problem, but maybe it's not? So here's the real problem. The real problem is that you need to be toggling these one at a time as I move up here. And yeah, once again, just like when I had the chain wrapped around like this, I'm not getting one toggle per B-throw move to the north. Like, technically I do get... Okay, so here, let's pretend... pretend that I'm in this space. So I step north. I can't unstealth in this row, though. Okay, so pretend I'm here. So that happens. You move again. That double toggles, so that's obviously no good. I move north, you do that. I move north, you do that. So those two are good. And then you have no more move to move. Okay, so this pattern is wrong, and I don't... Well, I know why, but I don't know what I would change to fix it. Here's a thing I would do. Quit the game, throw the hold in the trash. No, let's not. Yet. Just got a real strong temptation to leave that level and go on to another one. What if... okay, so here's some walls. Here's some walls. What's the pattern like? This... Here's a wall, and here are some walls. Okay, so suppose I had a Gentry chain. Well, okay, so you place that way. Alright, fine. So here's your head, here's your tail. Suppose I did somehow magically have it like this. Let's observe what it does as it pulls the chain. Not at all what I want. What? I mean, you can see the obvious problem here. Okay, so I know that that diagonal doesn't work, so the one that I can actually get... Show me this. I did observe that this is enough toggles, so perhaps I need a setup where instead of the gentry moving one step per B-throw move to the north. Whoa! What did I just click on? Okay, whatever I clicked, I don't know what it was. That might have been a spoiler for something, so I might have to blur it out. I don't know. So yeah, the problem with wrapping the chain in here is that 1, it doesn't shorten it enough, and 2, it doesn't necessarily need to shorten it that much. The problem with wrapping the chain here is it blocks the head there before that has cleared itself off. If I don't wrap the chain there, then not enough gets pulled out. If I manually pull it out, like... Let's see, how would I even do that? Like if I just pull from here. As tight as you can, that's about as tight as you can, huh? And if you do that, then you get stuck. And this right here actually accomplishes nothing. It accomplishes nothing because you're not going to pull on that chain as your head comes out here. The chain will do the same thing I was describing here. If it's wrapped around there, it's just going to pull from these sections. It's not going to pull all the way back to the tail. Nothing good happens. When I'm to your west, the only reasonable way I have of influencing you... now hang on. So you're gonna have to eventually hold all those down for me. You don't have to do it immediately, well, but you kinda do. Because the only way I'm gonna hold all of these down is with your chain wrapped around in exactly this pattern. So hang on. I get the... Here's one toggle. But you're too far north for that to be of any use to me. What do you expect me to do in order to shorten this chain just a little bit? Like, is this the wrong pattern? If this were the wrong pattern, what could possibly be the right pattern? Again, it's not to zigzag like this. I already proved that was wrong in the editor. Unless there was some subtle property I didn't see that could have made it work better. There's no circumstance where I want to say there's no oh, wait a minute. I'm picturing tail here, head here. I think there's no circumstance where it's helpful to chain the gentry to this door. It's an option that I have that I don't think I want to take. He's not brained, so I can't make him twitch back and forth on, like, one of these. See, all 5 of these are identical, but all 5 of these are unique. I'm thinking for the identical ones, if he were just traveling northward... No, he wouldn't zigzag around like this. I would not get 1 toggle per gentry move. That's just not a thing I can attain. Is it? Tail... head? Doubtful. How long are you? 24. So that includes the head. Alright, so imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That is suspiciously close. I think that's wrong, but I guess I'll set it up and see what it does. Alright. There are many checkpoints in this room. That's usually a good thing. They're placed a little bit haphazardly, though. Alright, so that's far enough for you. Now I go all the way around the circle. They're also unavoidable when I'm going around the circle. Did I say they're placed haphazardly? They're kind of the opposite. Like, they're placed too... They're in the way. Right. Hey, you know what? I didn't have to do all that. I can be down here and do everything I need. Alright, so from here. You go that way. No, wait. Wrong. I'm thinking of... This is what I wanted. Okay. That's... almost something. It's not quite, though. It's wrong. So I think the only way this could be made reasonable, plausibly, would be this. Do I want you down there? Not really. Oh boy, gotta go all the way around again. Fantastic. So where do I want to be exactly? Here-ish? Sure, here-ish. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that's unstable. Of course it's unstable. Great. Alright, that's fine. I can stealth from here. This doesn't help, because when I step in here, I'm just in the same row as him. Nothing moves. I have to already be able to step there. If he's already there, then I can't step here. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I could put your head there? Okay, that doesn't look entirely implausible. Let's see. Okay. 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 Hey, look, I made it. Now he's stuck. Great. Okay. So that wasn't it. Alright, so theory. Boy, I gotta go back a long way. I'm getting somewhere. I got through the first gate. Still gonna yet have the problem of this, but I think if I coil it correctly, I can make that just work. Right, so my theory here was that I actually want to do... Oh dear, what exactly? That? Something like that. Something very much like that. Right? Maybe? I did want this, and I think I did also want that. And I have to stealth for this, all the way around, right? This looks like the setup I had before that I thought I liked. Whether that's actually what I want remains to be seen. But at least I'm doing what I set out to do a moment ago. Well, okay, so here's the problem. That chain's on the pressure plate right now. Why was this going to be better? your head gets stuck. So it's obviously worse. Can I put him here instead? Yes, that was what worked better. That's right. Now, why was this better? Why did this almost work? I mean, it's currently wrong because that's holding down one pressure plate. I think I could have put it on both of those. No, when it tightens, it would not stay, right? Okay, so that's obviously wrong. I was closest when? I think when I went all the way up this column. So the obvious alternative here would be going all the way up this column rather than having half and half, because I don't think half and half is going to work. Alright, so you come here, do that. And I wanted you around this for some reason. Now wait, I don't need to go all the way around. If I'm putting you in there, then I can do it from here, right? Oh. Did I do something magical by looping you slightly farther to the south there and not having your chain block there? I think I did. Okay. Problem is, I am not helped by this. Is this where I do the zigzag pattern? This is the opposite formation as that, so maybe I can do the zigzag pattern there. Yeah, okay. That seems semi-plausible. Alright. So that means that I would go a different way. That means I would want to do this. Yeah, because I need to exploit this wall right here to make the zigzag. Now your chain is all the way up there. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. There's the zigzag. Now do I do this? I think I don't because I went on the far side of this. So I go on the near side of that to compensate. This looks like what I think I wanted it to look like. Now, was what I thought I wanted it to look like correct? Seems to be. Those are all open, those are all open. I'm here. Did I do it? Yeah, you eat your own chain. I did it. The Gentry wrapped itself up, and then there were 4. Alright. I only, 80% hated that room. The last 20% was kinda cool. I learned something new about Gentry, which again is not really going to enrich my life. But, I did learn something, so I guess that's something. Hey look, it's this room that I've accidentally shown in the editor so many times. Who's here? Constructs. 4 of them. 4 constructs. Smashing something. Trying to smash me, probably. Are those disarm tokens? No, pickaxe. So I can skip this if I want. Alright. Let's parse complicated mechanisms again, I guess. So obviously this is how I start the room, at least as far as getting the monsters out. Ah, no! I just spotted something that makes me very unhappy. Oh. This is an enjoyable element to use when the author is not also doing all the things that this author is doing to make everything unpleasant. This is a multiplier on either the pleasantness or unpleasantness of a room. Oh. Well, I'm unhappy now. Before I've even parsed the room, there's a small chance I could be lucky and this will be like the water skipper room, or maybe the evil eye room, which was kind of cool, but those were the outliers. Alright, so... Really? Really? How can you do that? It's not even a concept that is valid for. Okay. And Beethoven's writing is terribly out of character. That's part of what bothers me so much about this. Okay, so, what am I doing? Kill the monsters and leave the room. Sounds great. Those force arrows prevent me. Nothing turns them off. Wait a minute. Is there a conquer token in this room? There are seeding beacons? Is this room, like, super duper totally broken? Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Can I not just literally kill the monsters and leave the room? So hang on, what activates that? These do. I think what it thinks it wants me to do is to coordinate with a temporal projection to simultaneously shove a construct onto this plate and this plate, simultaneously shove a construct onto this plate and this plate, so that these fire traps will double toggle and not actually set off the kegs. Yeah, so for all of those pairs. That's what this is phrased to ask me to do. However, if I'm not mistaken, I think I see a pretty severe break here. Yes, shut up. The room is red. There's a conquer token somewhere I'm not seeing. Is it you? It is. Oh. Alright, well, boy, good job hiding them under force arrows. Alright then. So, I did spot the thing that it asks me to do, which is to simultaneously toggle this and that. Looks like I need things to stay there. Okay, so simultaneously construct pushes powder keg here and powder keg here. I don't think I need you for that. I think I can do it without you. So, let's try this. Let me just wait until... This is probably a fairly opportune time here. Alright, so I get a little bit of time for setup. No, this doesn't make as much sense as I... Well, maybe it does. Let me see if I can do what I'm picturing here. Alright, so these are constructs, so they're going to be waking up and getting in my way. I don't want to touch that thing. Yeah, don't push. So I was picturing something like this with me on the other side. Which I don't really have time to set up. Alright, so let's get these synchronized. Try and... oh boy. I think this will do what I want. Well, you didn't do exactly what I was hoping you would. Only one, of course, they want to go the same direction. I can't have Beethro stand in between two tiles so that this one wants to go north and this one wants to go south. Can I not use move order? Constructs sort of work by proximity. Which is to say that, if Beethro is... oh boy. What am I trying to say here? If B throw is farther away, their horizontal vertical preference changes based on where they are in relation to him. So if I'm a little farther away, can I make this work? No, you just don't even move. You don't try to sidestep. So my efforts to avoid using this guy would seem to be thwarted. Okay, you know what? Let me be satisfied with having solved one room and understood the general goal and flow of the other one. Okay, so these are just to prevent me from entering from this side. Gotcha. So just have to go east to west. Why not just force arrows there then? That seems like an odd choice, but okay. I guess you also need a killing mechanism for these once I get over there. Alright, so, that's gonna be next time. Okay, yeah, that's the plan. Play with constructs next time, and unfortunately this thing. I get 7 powder kegs, which is a weird number for a symmetrical room. But I guess that's what I'm dealing with. Now let's see. Well, now hold on. What about the idea of I wanna try something here. What about the idea of having a construct go on one of these and a powder keg go on another? Well, no, these all have to be held, so it does have to be powder keg. Well, now hold on. What about the idea of having B throw, push a keg onto one while the construct pushes the other one? I don't see why that would be unreasonable. I don't have time with the layout that these are in currently, but I can perhaps change that. I was wasting all kinds of time here. Okay, so I just killed those. If I waste only some kinds of time... Stop. Still don't have time. You guys need to be farther away from you guys. Okay. How will I accomplish that? I don't know. Somehow. Oof. Not like that. That's not a good way to do it. This could turn into one. I mean, it's closer. It's still wrong. I'm on the wrong side. Alright, be far away. I'm going here. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Okay, so that. Go here. Face this way. Wait. Move. You didn't do what I wanted you to do. Alright, so it seems as though, right, unless B-throw is in this row, you're not going to make the diagonal move. Okay, so that doesn't work. Alright, so I have to coordinate with a time clone, unless there's some other way to break this, which there might be. I'm putting a lot of effort into breaking this rather than doing it the right way. I just don't want to engage with this in this sort of setup. Remember when I used to like these? I mean, again, it's a multiplier on how pleasant or unpleasant the room is. I don't think I'm unreasonable in deciding that this room is unpleasant without having gone through it based on the rest of the level here. I could be surprised, but I think that's a reasonably safe default assumption. Alright, I'll see you next time to try and figure this out properly.